Hi guys, I'm Comrade Kane, and welcome to Civilization 6 Gathering Storm gameplay channel. Today we're going to play Hammurabi, the leader of the Babylon civilization, and we're going to use his ability Anuma, Anu, Enlil, which are the names of Mesopotamian gods, to basically skyrocket our science to specific techs so that we can spam battleships and take over the world as soon as we can. For this game, I'm going to play on deity level, standard speed. Map is going to be island plates because we need a water map, and the size will be small, so it's easier to actually go through the domination victory. There are certain prerequisites that we're going to need, like a coastal city with a river, hills to mine and a mining resource, woods to chop and build a lumber mill, and the presence of 2 sea resources, at least. We're going to settle at least 2 cities and build 2 industrial zones with workshops in each and a coal power plant that will allow us to build battleships. I'm also going to build 2 harbors with shipyards for faster production and try to build Venetian Arsenal before I build the first battleship, so we get 2 for the price of 1. Hopefully we can get great engineers to help us build some wonders. Let's rock and roll. At a first glance, this start location has everything. Wonder Efajajokole with some extra culture, but what it doesn't have are hills. We have 1 hill there on the right, but that's about it. So that means we need to oh, there's silver on the left, so we can reach that. So that's 2 mines. So we're gonna need some exploration. Obviously we go for mining first. Kumasi, that's perfect. Extra culture, even more culture, that's great. Amazingly, it only take us 7 turns to get to the code of laws, so I can work the policies immediately almost. That's amazing. Yeah, that boost with the FHJAKali is pretty serious, pretty serious. However, our location overall really doesn't provide much of, in the sense of shops and production for the other cities, because we're gonna need at least like 3 cities. And because we are on island plates, which is like a really water map, so less land, more water, I'm going with the slinger first. And that way I'm hoping to boost archery and etc. By killing some barbarians. It looks like we are at the South Pole, so there's going to be some barbs there. Usually they are. And I'm going to need probably a couple of units. There's a scout already. And the first barb outpost right there in the north. Hopefully Kumasi can help me take it out. I'm gonna go with the early empire, just trying to get the governor titles, trying to get to Magnus as soon as I can. I also decided to build a holy site right away because I'm hoping to go with Dance of Aurora and boost that holy site with faith and also production with work ethics later on. So I'm looking forward to that because there looks like I can fit a couple of holy sites here. This poor scout got himself into a pickle and it boosts archery. Oh, that's amazing. Technology research completed. Boom. That's awesome. And hopefully I'm gonna wait a turn and see if Kumasi. Nice. And now I know for sure. And boom, another boost, but that's a civic boost. Naturally, the first 3 tags you can't boost, so I'm gonna go with animal husbandry. That way I'll be able to harvest deer there and hopefully sheep, cow, whatever. And we get a +3 for that holy site because of the natural wonder right there. Usually I would roll with the settler, naturally, as my build in this situation. However, because we're playing Babylon, And we do need, and we're getting Magnus soon, and we do need to build mines and improve land to get those boots. I think a builder would be a much better choice. Here's my first mine, so I'm gonna go ahead and purchase this tile, and I'll be able to clear out those woods first and get a boost to the maybe holy site production, or maybe a settler actually, because I do need to send a settler to the west there for more mines. Well, I've been asking for the barbs, and here's one warrior already. I'm gonna send my guy back south. I'm gonna make my way and upgrade this slinger. Luckily, turn 23, we have archer already, so this isn't going to be a problem. If anything, this is great. We can kill more barbs, get more boosts, and here is the early empire pretty quick. Naturally, it's going to be Magnus. 5 turns. I'm gonna go ahead work the craftsmanship as I'm going to improve this land. Boom, the Pantheon on turn 24. Dance of Aurora is available. That holy site is going to be pretty diesel. I could probably use the gold elsewhere, but I'm gonna upgrade the slinger to the archer. I'm going to need 3 archers to boost something like machinery or whatever. Just gonna try to chase this barb, and boom, 3 barbs done. We got bronze working. Not that we need it, and I don't see any iron, which means, ooh, there's another barb outpost there. Just in time now, I have 3 units to deal with it. So I'm gonna repair the holy site. Iron working is one of those techs that we don't really need. And it's going to be impossible to boost if we're unable to build an iron mine. So that will be one of those hard research techs for Babylon. Once I get my builder done, I'm going to chop out the settler and send him right here with the right north of this barb outpost. And I want to see if there's anything else down south. I'm sure we're gonna have more problems. I might have to put the units down there to bust the fog and maybe prevent the barbs from spawning, because that's going to be a pain in the ass. I don't want to build more units than I need to. Oh wow, another outpost. Shouldn't be a problem though with the archers. Getting bit down here, so it's time for a tactical retreat. I think that camp in the west will be easy to take out, but then there's another one in the south there. With the envoys, right? That's another thing. Babylon gets an envoy for a district, like specialty district. So we met Kumasi, we got the first one, we got the district, and we fulfilled the quest, I think. So now we're suzerain. Extra air score, that's amazing. But I don't think it'll be enough for the golden age. And it's not like we're actually making pretty decent faith right now. Plus 10 at turn 37, it's not bad at all. But by changing the settler policy, I wanted to send them west instead of north. Oh, that's an idiotic move. Because I need mines, right? That was not good. Well, that's going to set us back a couple of turns for sure. I would say 7, 8, 10 turns probably. That could be that bad. Wow. Well, make mistakes. Can't do it without it. Next governor title is going to go to Magnus again. I think I'm going to go with provision here because I am building a settler in Babylon. I don't want to lose population. I think it'll make sense. Political philosophy would be great, but 21 turns. I'm going to go with military tradition just in case to get that support bonus for the combat units. Stonehenge was built by somebody. I'm still dealing with these barbs in the south. It's unfortunate, kind of, because I already got all of the boosts that I needed. So now it's just a nuisance. Finally, I got pottery. um, oh, but at least I found a village. And destroying a camp is going to give me another era score point. Now, the next tack, we do need wheel. We need to get to it somehow. So I need to mine that silver. So I should switch to builders, but I also need some gold. I'm only making +1, so I'm gonna go with the trader first. Yeah, this land is like, I need the wall here at the southern wall, that I would call it, to keep me safe from the walkers. Anyway, here's my second city, Ashurnanana. And we can boost a couple of things here, the pasture and the quarry. And here's Titul, who's going to work on the mines. And there are a couple of woods there that are going to help me rush production on like workshop, hopefully. So I'm going to leave these troops here in the south and just keep busting the fog. Here's the first trader. Kumasi suzerainty is giving me some extra culture and gold, I think. That's awesome. Boom, currency is done. Haven't met anybody, so that's another thing. I need to go and explore. I need to meet 3 city-states for political philosophy and other things. So exploration is going to be important, and I'm going to keep building builders for now. I am at 20 points out of 25 for the golden age, but I have not reached it, which is okay. I have a feeling that the next stage should be a much better run, and we're gonna have a bunch of I don't even know where I'm gonna send my settlers to be honest, but we can establish the religion and evangelize it, so it should be good. Here is the pretty important milestone, is the mining the resource opens the wheel, which will allow us to build a watermill. And the third mine unlocks apprenticeship that will allow us to chop or build industrial zones. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. Turn 58. That is not bad. Not too bad. So the next couple of techs that I would love to get is like cartography and mass production, sure, but industrialization. So we need to build 2 industrial zones and 2 workshops. We actually need to build only 1 workshop because Hammurabi's ability, when each special district except Garden Plaza is constructed for the first time, receive the lowest production cost building, which is a workshop. And obviously I want to build my first industrial zone in Babylon. There isn't much choice of where to place an industrial zone. I might want to cluster it with Titul, even though Titul is a pretty poor city for an industrial zone. I have to either one of these towns sucks. But I might want to place the industrial zone here and here with an aqueduct, and the Venetian could go on either side of it. So I have plenty of placement options. Come to think of it, ideally I would want to build first industrial zone in a city with a low production, like Titul. That way they would get the workshop first, and then Babylon can obviously build a workshop faster. But because I'm not very smart, and this is what I'm doing, chopped out the industrial zone in Babylon and moving Magnus, and I'm going to try to build an industrial zone in Titul along the way the workshop. So it's going to take a little while then, I guess. I honestly forgot about religion. Turn 60, we get into profit. I mean, that's what happens on these water maps. So it's going to be... I'm going to go with our favorite name, just change it a little bit. Battleships will do. And then, boom, work ethic. It's always available. I mean, that's I mean, I don't know how many holy sites I'm going to have, but one holy site at Babylon at +8 will be pretty strong. World Church, I don't even know how many cities are going to follow my religion, so I'm going to go with Gadara and get some food and housing for my cities, if that's even a thing. Oh, Phoenicia is the first civ. Wow, of course. Right after I finish research and writing, she is like up northeast, I guess. And I'm gonna be okay. Nice. I can trade with her right away. That's perfect. In the meantime, I'm just gonna send my builder to explore. I don't have anything else. I'm thinking about getting a galley. It's probably a good idea because I haven't met anybody. It's time to explore the world, and on this map, I could probably circumnavigate the whole thing. Hopefully, here's irrigation. Very easy. Irrigation at turn 62. Another thing I wanted to do is get sailing going for 2 sea resources, right? That's what we need to boost it. So I can build 2 harbors and eventually get 2 shipyards to increase the production, because otherwise it's going to take forever to build those battleships, and I don't have enough gold to sponsor the production there. And so this is one of the ways I'm hoping it's going to help. All right, 1 industrial zone down, 26 turn, Jesus. So I'm gonna need, I want it to be adjacent. I need 120 gold. I can probably talk to Dido. She's got some gold. I can borrow it. I don't even know if it's a good decision at this point. I'm just trying to... I mean, who cares how much that industrial zone produces at Tutil, to be honest, because all of my battleships are coming out of Babylon with the Venetian Arsenal, hopefully. So I'm just trying to get the second workshop here to get the boost to industrialization. But that's our building, a unique building, so I can get some era score. I'm pretty sure I can get to the Golden Age along with the unique unit, so should be easy enough this time, unlike in the ancient era. That's a nice boost from a village. I didn't need to work for that. That's a +4. So we have what? 13. 13 era score points should be easy enough. Shouldn't be hard. Do want a 3rd archer, but the 2 galleys will give me a boost to shipbuilding, which I don't really need, do I? That's right. So I'm gonna have to spend my chops on the industrial zone and then wait forever for the workshop to be built. That's my mistake here. It's a pretty big mistake. So it's gonna take a little while. In the meantime, I guess I'm gonna do some exploring, and that's fine. So here, finally, industrial era. I mean, turn 88. It took me a little while. And we we actually discovered political philosophy back in like turn 60, and I never updated my government. So, I mean, this was a whole lot of waste of time. Whole lot of waste of time here, but it's all right, because finally we met a bunch of civs through our builder exploration. We build our unique building, and basically what
I think the human race made a big mistake.
We got industrialization because the workshop just finished building the tool. Now we are 4 turns away from the Golden Age. Now I also sent this settler here, right, to colonize this area, just to, like, you know, get access to these the resources. I mean, I don't even know, but luckily coal spawned here. So this is freaking amazing. And I think I'm gonna go right here and just buy myself a couple of tiles and send my builder there. So this is going to be just fine. So we have coal, which is amazing because that's exactly what we need for the power plant. This is our next build, is the factory and then power plant. So it's gonna take a little while. In the meantime, I'm gonna try to get some trade routes going to help me out. Now, I have met Khmer, which are all the way east here. They don't seem to be doing too well, judging by their wall defenses. I have identified Brazil and Phoenicia here. So here's a bit of a problem, or was a bit of a problem. My Babylon would be completely like closed off from access. Not completely, but I mean, look at the path I would have to take to get to the eastern side, to the Pacific Ocean. So I had to settle this city as a canal city and now have easy access. So that should work. Finally get into ironworking. Don't really need it. But what I am thinking about getting first is Mausoleum of Halicarnassus, because it will provide me an extra charge for a great engineer. And by doing that, I'll be able to have Emotap have 2 charges instead of just 1. I think it has 1. So it should be good. I could save some faith and actually purchase the engineer. I could do that too, instead of waiting 15 turns. So this is another advantage of Babylon, right? With early industrial zones. I mean, we're pumping some great engineer points way before anybody else, especially on the water map. Water map, you just get this advantage that you don't on the regular map. First advantage is the fact that you can actually develop without external threat, as long as you take care of the barbs. As long as you have some decent cities to settle, like right here. I mean, my cities are pretty god-awful, except for Babylon, right? Babylon can actually, I mean, we have 37 production, which is not bad at all. And this is going to be my battleship producing city anyway. The rest of them, honestly, I need more coal. So that will be my next mission, is to find more coal, because obviously I'm going to need more than just one source of it. I mean, I found a source here, but I mean, that's pretty far. But that's the closest one. I might have to build a couple of battleships and take out a civ that already has coal on its territory, but I need to research that first. Explore their lands first. Alright, so here comes medieval era, and you need to pick a golden age dedication. I usually would pick monumentality, but I'm not expanding anywhere. And if I wanted to earn more faith, great profit points will be converted to faith. And I can use that faith to purchase great people. And I can use some apostles and convert a couple of cities for some extra culture as well. So my logic here may be flawed, but I'm gonna go with the Exodus and see how it works out. I'm gonna send the apostle to convert some cities because the world church believe. So culture is important. I want to get to nationalism. Got the coal mine finally. And I got the Emotap engineer. This is awesome. I'm going to try to plan and build the mausoleum. Got cartography so we can traverse the oceans. That's perfect. Not necessarily that we need it. But mausoleum is awesome because it's going to provide engineer charges. Extra engineer charges once built, even to the existing great engineers. So my guy, Emotap, even though he spent a charge now, he's back to 2 charges. I'll switch back to the coal power plant, 7 turns. That's a nice harbor, +4. And I got my first caravel. I'm hoping we can do some exploration and start working on the domination plans. 3rd harbor for trade routes and admiral points. There are 2 admirals I'd like to get. Santa Cruz, who allows to build an armada, and Yi San-sing, who creates an ironclad and provides coal. So that's awesome. Here we go. We meet Rapa Nui. Get a little bit more culture. So I'm gonna go convert Mansa, or try to. I'm sure he's not gonna be very happy about it, but we get +4 era score and a boost to theocracy, or reformed church rather. I want to get to theocracy and save some of my faith purchases. A little bit of signs from Midland would not hurt, even though not really impactful. We don't need it. So it's turn 110. Here we go. +3 era score for our power plant. We got oil, we got battleships. So we're gonna start the construction. Even though I do not plan on using oil, it would be great to identify the resource. 430 production for a battleship, and it will cost us quite a bit. It's 12 turns. I'm hoping shipyards will help with the production. How much does it cost to buy? 1720 gold. Holy crap. I might not be able to buy them ever, and I have to hard build them. And circumnavigation +5. This caravel is doing really well for me. So I decided to build an encampment here so that we can stockpile on coal. Super important. I only have 1 source right now. And we meet Buenos Aires, which is a production industrial city, which will be important. I might send all of my envoys there to boost production, actually. So the coal source, I see Mali has one. There's another one here. That's all I found so far. Unbelievable. So Mali might be our next target. He's suspecting something already. He just denounced me.
If it's natural to kill.
Military training. So time to switch to oligarchy as we're preparing for war. Veterancy. That's an awesome policy, actually, because I'm building some shipyards and harbors and encampment. So a little bit more of a production for this government will do. Looks like I'm getting Bishang, which is okay for a normal game, but not much here. The next engineer, though, would be the 250 wonder production one, Isidore of Miletus. So I would love to get her, get some faith, and build the Venetian Arsenal. I'm gonna chop some turns into the battleship. Nice. Another. Oh, in mass production. Here we go. Mass production with a lumber mill. That is awesome because now we can do the Venetian Arsenal. 23 turns. Emotap will help a little bit. And I'm gonna wait for him and pre-build the battleship. And doing a little exploration there. So let's see. So 23 turns. Okay, that's not bad. Maybe chop some deer and woods right there. I think the chops are like at 70 production right now. Quadriums can be tricky sometimes, even for caravel. But looks like at least I got a promotion out of it. Caravels will be important. Turn them into ironclads later and take the cities. Here we go. 15 turns. I'm gonna try to grow Babylon. Hey, and here's Menelik. Growing Babylon, I just bought a granary there. So that we have some housing. Also trader to increase production. Here we... Holy shit. I think the deer tile is owned by Barsipa, so I didn't get anything towards Babylon. Well, at least there's woods there still. By the way, I've been using these builders for exploration. It's kind of crazy. So here we go. Wait, hold on. So let's just double check. All right. 10 turns. I got Bishang. I don't even know if I'm going to use him for anything because extra slots for districts are kind of meh in this game. Doesn't really matter. Isidore is going to be important. Listen, 1200. What is like 5 turns probably. So that should be... We can wait and pre-build the battleship. I mean, I could certainly have done a better job growing Babylon for higher production, that's for sure. Because the more population, the more tiles they work, the higher the production. So a little bit increase, 2 turns. Here we go, size 10, a little error score. Gotta stay in the golden age, right? 9 turns. I think we... Oh, another admiral doesn't hurt. Extra promotion for the battleships that are coming online. And here we go, 790. Boom. Let's just finish this Venetian Arsenal. Beautiful wonder. And we have just 1 turn left to throw into the battleship. And I'm going to jack up the invoice for the Buenos Aires. And I think we're in a very, very good spot. I mean, it took a little while. Our battleship turned 126. It's taken a little bit of time. But now we are ready. I mean, at this point, I mean, other civs, what, they have crossbows, pretty much. So their city is super weak. On average, the defense is like between 40 and 50. So this is going to be an easy ride from here. Just don't mess up. Military engineering helps, but I don't think I need neither. I'm shooting for the armory because I'm running low on coal. I did find the source of coal actually right here, and I might have to send a settler there to settle a city. In the meantime, this is what's happening. We're taking Mali capital. And it's super easy, right? Because super easy to hold it with a garrison strength of 71. That's insane. Because the strength reflects your range units, including naval, I guess. The only problem becomes is the loyalty, which can be mitigated by obviously sending the governor, but also I'm gonna change the policy next turn. So Mali is next. I am working on my next armada. Well, it's actually two separate battleships. And that's why I realized that it would be nice to have nationalism, right? To build like core fleet rather. And that is something that I have not planned on, which is all right. Babylon right now is at 49 production. It's doing all right. The next target I think will be Khmer. They're probably the weakest ones, but I feel like it's a natural progression from Mali to go this way. Although Phoenicia might be a more lucrative option, but we'll see what happens. I did get my armada by luring Santa Cruz Admiral to Babylon, which is freaking amazing because it's like one-shooting these cities. The one thing that we definitely need is like a scout type of unit that would come in first and uncover a city. But I don't think it's needed for Khmer because they suck. However, I think Ethiopia is getting it to 100 sites, meaning that they might have some decent defenses by the time I get to them. I did take over most of Mali's cities. I don't think I need all of them, to be honest. And stabilized coal for now, because I also lured another admiral, Marius, who provided me with the ironclad and a resource of coal per turn. So that helps too. I did get to nationalism. I mean, it's turn 178. But I got a couple of cores here. So now Brazil's capital falls. Very easy to defend it. And I actually can bid down on these Ethiopian units right here. Who are coming for a suicide mission, I guess. And Brazil seems to have no issue. I have no issue holding Brazil cities because of any loyalty. Now, the one thing I made sure I did is send a worker to Buenos Aires, which I am a suzerain of, to improve their coal resource by building a mine, because they didn't. So, but that's an additional source of coal. At this point, I think I'm okay. Plus 15 coal, and I'm able to stockpile it. Thanks for building the encampment with all of its buildings. I mean, actually, I'm surprised how well I'm doing in culture, but obviously my conquests help. Science, I mean, I'm only at 50 science, but at this point, I already got through to plastics. I don't even plan on the Eurekas anymore. They just happen. The only thing that I would like to get, oh yeah, and I got artillery, because I'm looking at Addis Ababa, and I can't get to it. Like this bay, a couple of bays, they're all enclosed. There's no access to it. And so I'm going to need some land units eventually. Now, I didn't realize how strong these, what are they called? Chthons that Phoenicia has. They actually bid down on my battleships pretty significantly. I was like, what the hell is happening? Then Phoenicia got these caravels and frigates. I really was too arrogant here to and I lost a battleship. Can you believe it? Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And so now I'm afraid to lose another battleship fleet. I hope I won't be able to hide it either. That was a mistake. Phoenicia really is giving me issues because you start to lose focus when it becomes easy. I am still building battleships, really non-stop to be honest. So I'm hoping I can take care of them soon. So it's been working out, although it took me quite a number of turns to get here. Now, the one thing I'm thinking that I'm going to need a level 4 promoted battleship, or battleship armada rather. So that's what I'm trying to do for this guy, because it will add a +1 range promotion, and I'll be able to bombard the city from Jima. That's probably my best option. I might also buy an artillery and bombard it, but then I need the observation balloon as well. Shoot. Another point range. Well, I can actually place my battleships right here and they can still reach Addis Ababa. But still, this is island plates. Island plates are a little bit different. I wish I had this battleship fleet. As you can see, it already has a +1 range. So it's a bit of a loss of turns. But those are the things to consider. I could definitely shave a lot of turns, I think, for this domination. If I planned it a little bit better, or if I had experience, actually, just playing the game. So, at this point, it doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to get some experience with the units and get to this city somehow. Synthetic materials at turn 192 with 62 signs per turn. And then we're searching siege tactics. But the one thing is, like, I can definitely get to airplanes and whatnot, which is a different strategy. But the fact is that it's so easy to get the Eurekas for so many attacks here. Babylon is hands down. It's just a ridiculously strong civ when it comes to that. I'm still waiting. Oh, and here it is. I got +1 range for this one. These guys can still work on their promotions. So I'm almost there. And the fact that, look at that, still earning admirals like crazy. I mean, this is just the snowball to the point of no return, really. I don't even know what to do with some of these units. This is pretty much the end. Yeah, why not? Do I need an extra artillery? Probably not. Because we can just do this. And that's the end of it. That's all she wrote for this game. Guys, this was a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. I would definitely suggest you try it out. Biplanes, modern infantry, probably tanks too. But battleships was fun. Battleship was fun. Too easy, actually. Too easy. But if you haven't played it, I definitely recommend. Babylon is awesome. No wonder it is banned on multiplayer games. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.